Everybody put your hands over your chest and say, I'm God's beloved. I want you to put your arm around somebody beside you in case you know that person, and tell that person, you're God's beloved. You're God's beloved. You're God's beloved. You're God's beloved. One day I was watching this B movie, not so well made, but very interesting, about a local tribe who was worshiping a volcano for their god. And as I was watching the movie, I was telling myself, these guys, if only they chose a dormant volcano for their god, life would have been sweet, like blissful and peaceful. But no, they had to choose an active volcano for their god. And a volcano that erupted every year. So you can just imagine how many problems they had. That their god was angry all the time. You know, and every time there was smoke, they will say, oh, our God is angry. Our God is angry. We need to do something. So they tried their entire life to appease their God, to placate his anger and his wrath, to win his favor, his approval. But no, it seems like their God, Mr. Volcano, was always erupting, always angry. So what they did was ritual sacrifices, human sacrifices. They would throw young virgins in the crater. You know, maybe this will appease their God. But no, he would erupt still. And they scratch their head. Maybe the women we throw in are not virgins, you know, so let's make them younger and younger and younger until they became babies. You know, just to be sure. And they threw the babies. You can just imagine this tribe never grew in population. You know, they had a terrible birth control, and they threw the babies. They threw the babies. The volcano kept erupting and erupting and erupting. What a sad story. What a sad story. Now, friends, as I was watching that movie, I saw myself. Ask me how. I saw myself in those tribes. Because once upon a time, a long time ago, I thought God's primary posture towards me was that he was angry at me. And all my life, I wanted to placate his anger by being a good boy, by praying, by serving, by doing this and by doing that, by going to church. Why? Because so that God won't be angry at me. And I see this still among some people, some spiritual people, some religious people, some Catholics, some Christians. They're still there with this, okay, let's do this so that we can win his acceptance, so we can gain his approval. I'm telling you now, that's not the case. That's not the case. God is a God who loves you, whose primary posture towards you is one of total love, even before you do anything good. Do I hear a loud amen? Amen. Even before you do anything good, even before you pray, even before you love, even before you obey, God already loves you. God already likes you. Mothers, raise your hand. I want to see you, mothers. Can I talk to you, mothers? Do you remember that time when you came, when you got pregnant and you had a baby and you gave birth to it? You remember that time? Or was it just too long ago? Mothers, remember that day? Did your baby come out like this? Like you were in the delivery room and then your baby, did your baby come out like this? Mom, you're so beautiful. I love you. Can I give you a foot massage right now? Is your back hurting because you delivered me? Can I give you a back rub? Mom, tomorrow I'm going to prepare breakfast in bed for you. Did your baby go out like that? All loving and sweet and cute? No! Your baby came out like this. And you know what? Your baby didn't care about you, didn't look at you as a human being. To your baby at that time, you were food. You were food supply. That was all. And remember, mothers, when you gave, the first time you breastfed, your baby didn't care about your pain. You just latched on your nipple and just sucked and sucked and sucked. And then you were there. You were like in torture. There was so much pain. Your breasts were bleeding. But did your baby care? No. Your baby just sucked you dry. Your baby did not even, but mothers, think about it every single day. Your baby pooed and peed and cry. That's all. The next day, cry, pee, and poo. Next day, cry, pee, and poo. Next day, cry, pee, and poo. Your baby was a crying, peeing, pooing machine. But mothers, here's my question. Did you love your baby? Your baby didn't do a single thing. Your baby didn't love you. Your baby didn't say, I love you. Your baby didn't even look at you as a human being. You were just, but hey, you loved your baby like there was no other human being on earth. And if you, a mother, can do that, think about your God. He looked at you. You didn't do anything good yet. He loved you already. You didn't pray yet. He loved you already. You didn't obey yet. He loved you already. From the very moment you existed in His thoughts, even before you were conceived, God loved you already. Already. The problem is this. It's a little bit difficult to accept, to get it. It's a little bit difficult to get this insane love, this irrational love. It's what it is. God's love is irrational. God's love is illogical. God's love is unreasonable. It's absolutely foolish. This whole God's love thing. We can't understand it. We can't. But we should. We should. To understand that we are the beloved of God. Everybody say that again. We're the beloved of God. We're the beloved of God. I'm the beloved of God. Everybody say that.